how you all doing? I realised I haven't done a nail vlog in absolutely ages, so I thought I would do one today as I've got quite a bit on to do. This morning already I have got up, taken the little one to school, and I've come back and I'm making some plum jam because I picked them at the weekend and they're the last of the harvest as well, so they needed to have something made of them. But yeah, I thought I'd take you through my day, just as my days and weeks go, really. Something always crops up. It's different each week. I might be educating, I might have nothing on, I might be down in London for 2 days at 48 hours notice. So yeah, I just thought I'll take you through my day today as I've got a few bits to do, and I will talk you through what's been going on and what's happening. So there's a little insight into my world for you. I recently started growing my own fruit and vegetables and spending a bit more time in the garden. I had a vitamin D deficiency at the end of last year and it just knocked me for six completely. So as soon as the spring and summer came around, I got out into the sunshine and it's just been quite amazing actually. I've learnt to relax a little bit more and de-stress, and I've actually got a hobby which I haven't had ever. I don't think ever. I used to play music when I was younger, but I mean since then I don't think I've ever had a hobby since. So yeah, it's been quite nice actually. But now I'm heading down into my my she shed where I do my nail work. I've got my laptop and my success planner. I have got a little bit of something new to me to do, which I will let you in on in a second. My recent plant purchases. Just love the colour of that one. It's just like, there's so many colours in it. I just, love it. Just a quick look at my ginger and mango plant. Both doing very well. Apple one, I think I neglected that one. Pineapple plant as well. You may think that looks a bit worse for wear, but look at that. I'm really quite happy that I managed to grow pineapple. The tomatoes are coming along beautifully. These ones are vine tomatoes, so there's actually quite a few of them, and they are a really good size as well. So we should get a bumper crop just from these two plants alone. Oh, and my lemon tree just making my arm a little bit wet from the dew this morning, but doing very well. I didn't realise it had popped up that high. For my reading glasses and my coffee. I don't know where my head is. Anyway, quick update. Yesterday, everything just happened all at once. I got quite an empty week because my little boy started year one at school. So going from educational playing in reception to, okay, now you're sitting at a desk and you're going to start learning. So I left the week open in case he needed a little bit more support. Because it is a big transition for them, but absolutely fine, so nothing to worry about there. I can just carry on as normal. Yesterday I was okay, so start of the story. What I was doing yesterday morning was working on a new project that I've got going on, and it came off the back of somebody on one of these popular nail tech groups on Facebook asking the question, can you help me? I don't know what this is. Is it a bruise? Is it a greenie? How, you know, I don't know what to do. And I see this question all the time. Is it a bruise? Is it a greenie? Lots of comments. As you can imagine, I think there were about 30 comments on this particular post, half of which said it's a bruise. The other half said it's a greenie. Some comments in the middle correctly identified the greenie and correctly told the person asking, this is how you deal with it. So give them a good thumbs up. The comment that broke me was one of the final ones that I read, and it said, this is mould. You need to send her to the GP straight away. Don't touch it, don't go near it. It needs the GP's letter, and ended it with, I've got 40 years experience in the nail industry, and that just made me so sad. Mould doesn't grow on the human body, and to hear somebody saying that with 40 years in the industry, doing nails, looking at nails, looking after nails, enhancing nails, is just, yeah, it kind of just made me very sad. So obviously I wrote her a very considerate reply to that, pointing out why it was incorrect information and what, you know, the correct information was. No comeback from it, thankfully. I don't like to post on these groups a lot because you do get a lot of flack come back at you for telling people the truth and giving them actual factual answers, unfortunately. But my point really was, that comment really like saddened me, and my other thought was, how is this girl that's asking the question going to filter through all of these different answers? It's a bruise, send it to the GP, it's Pseudomonas, take the nails off and don't touch them for insurance purposes. It's all of these different answers. It's like, how does she filter through those to know what to actually do? What's the truth? What do I believe? Whose answer do I take? So is it like the top contributor? Is it one of the admins? Because obviously they've created a Facebook group, so they should have all of the facts on all of the nails, shouldn't they? They just created a Facebook group. Do you believe the friend that you've got on the group, you know, the online friend who says, oh babe, don't worry about it, just do this, you know, it's happened to me before? It's like, where's the truth? Where is this actually helping anybody? That was kind of my thought, and I've seen it time and time again, and it is very annoying. So this thought popped into my head after worrying about my reply to somebody, because I do worry about these things. I'm quite introverted. It takes me a lot to come onto camera just like this, to be quite honest with you. But once I'm in my nail head, I gain my confidence. That's where my confidence comes from. That's where, you know, I'm in my element. I know what I'm talking about. So that's just me, but otherwise I'm the one that sits in the corner quietly. If you know me at all, that like socially, that's generally what I do. So this idea popped into my head, to where I thought to myself, like, I need another way of getting the truth and the scientific facts and the you know, what you actually do in situations like that. You've uncovered the natural nail plate, and you've realised there's a problem. You need to be able to identify it. You're a professional doing a job with chemicals in your hand and somebody's health in the other hand. And there's so many people who are still struggling with like the facts and the truth and what to do in a certain situation like that. That's a very simple situation as well. It's very simple for you to deal with. In fact, I was taught 24 years ago, and I was taught correctly. I went to the best educators that were around in the UK at that time. And I was taught how to deal with a greenie properly. It would probably at some point pop up. So we were taught how to deal with it. The same as HEMA. We were taught all about the ingredient HEMA 24 years ago, and that, you know, that's going to be the ingredient that somebody reacts to. But if you do this and work cleanly and don't touch the skin, you'll never have a problem with it. But just to let you know that this is the case with this ingredient called HEMA, and what it is, what it does. So we were taught all of that just because we had valuable, good quality education. that seems to have been lost these days. I still teach it to this day as to like the truth about it, and it's not a bad ingredient. It's just the most reactive ingredient when using it in a nail product, that's all. And if you use it correctly, manufacturer's instructions, then it shouldn't cause you a problem. How do I get this information across to everybody and help people, support them with actual like good information, factual information, science-backed information? I have a science background. I have a degree in biological sciences. I specialised that degree in human physiology and anatomy, and I've got an A-level in chemistry from before that as well, which stands me in good stead because I understand how all of these things work. I don't know all of it, but I understand when I'm reading something about the science part, the chemistry part, the ingredients part, I understand it. So then I'm able to relay that to a student who has got no idea about chemistry and biology, anatomy, and I've got ways of teaching people so they do understand it and they can understand it. So I came up with this idea, and I've been like asking all of my past students, regular students, my colleagues, people within the industry who have tried and tested things like this before, and I got an overwhelming yes, it is a fantastic idea. So I've gone ahead with it and I've started creating it, and I'm most of the way there through actually creating this. So I can now tell you about it because I'm launching it in about 3 or 4 weeks time on the 1st of October. There's a lot of beginners courses out there, online especially, talking about online. There's a lot of beginners courses, there's a lot of nail art courses, beginners, intermediate, 3D work, advanced cartoons, faces, realistic things. There's a lot of those courses online. There is very little, if I might say nothing out there for the qualified nail technician who feels like there's gaps in their knowledge, or they're always wondering, oh my gosh, I need to fix this but I don't know how to. I've got a question, something simple like is it a greenie or is it a bruise, and when they find out it's a greenie, it's like, how do I deal with it? And I want to fill those gaps for people, so I created an online membership course, which I realise is a bit risky in this day and time because there's so much out there. There's so many online courses, so many memberships that people join, and I didn't want it to just be another one of those courses that people buy or sign up to and it doesn't it doesn't cut the mustard, that's what I'm trying to say. Or it doesn't give you something valuable. So what I did was I brainstormed everything I could think of that students have asked me over the years. Okay, so everything from students on a beginner's course asking something about a myth that's put through nails, like it goes around and something like, so when should you give nails a break after they've been wearing enhancements for a while? They don't need a break. Well, they're going to need to breathe, aren't they, just for a little bit, just to get back to a healthy state. Okay, let's dissect that one. They don't breathe. The nails are actually dead keratinized cells by the time we're enhancing them. They don't need a break whatsoever, and if they are damaged, then you're doing something wrong as a nail technician or as part of your advice, aftercare advice for a client. So if they're picking their nails off in preparation for a full set, then all of that's a problem. So that's a great thing to discuss in a beginner's class because they get that ground floor level education, advice, how important aftercare is and things like that. And so I brainstormed 90 lessons, 90. So when I told my ex-business partner, Sam, about this, she was like, 19? I'm like, no, 90. She was like, oh my God, there's that much. I'm like, well, yeah, because there's all of the things that you can't possibly learn on a 1-day course, let alone maybe even a 4-day course where I give people practical theory within the classroom and a manual and resources online as well to go back and look at and think about and re-watch a demo, etc. You can't take it all in one go, And I know that, like, even from my 4-day beginners courses, I try to support my students as much as possible afterwards. So if they have got questions, I'm always here. For whether you trained with me or not, I'm always here for you to ask me any questions. And I'll give you, you know, the proper factual answers. So I started making these lessons, and yesterday I was in the middle of preparing to do some more videos and some face-to-face videos like this to promote it, to get it out there, when Alex Fox from Nailympia come through on my emails and said, "Rebecca, the angels have spoken to me. Why have they not put your name in my head before now? I'm in need of a judge for Nailympia for the online runway nails competition. Will you do it?" And I thought about it twice. I was like, oh, how exciting. And then I thought, oh my gosh, this is a responsibility. I've entered competitions before, and now I know how it impacts people's like confidence, and you know how they move forward and how they feel about what they've done nails wise. So you know, for me that's quite a responsibility. This is my industry. This is what I've built my life around, essentially. But of course, like, so I had that pang of like imposter syndrome coming through again. But I said yes. I was like, you know what, you've asked me, you've obviously got the confidence in me. Yeah, you know what, I'd love to. So I've got to carry on with that today. I've got to judge. It's all online, like I say. It's a runway competition where they've got to do 3 nails based on a theme. So that theme has got to come through the nails, but it's got to be able to be recreated for runway. Like, so if you've got 40 models in your for the designer's catwalk, you've got to be able to recreate that 40 times for all these models. So part of the criteria is does it translate? How good is the workmanship? Can it be recreated for 40 models? How well is it going to photograph on the runway? How well is it going to photograph off the runway close up afterwards? Because the photographs are going to be on the models, the designer's clothes. You don't want to take anything away from the designer's their show, basically. You don't want to take anything away from their clothes. You're creating maybe just a focal piece as part of the overall story, but you don't want to overshadow the overall story. So I'm now officially a Nailympia judge, and I am getting on with doing some of that judging this morning. I did half of it yesterday afternoon. I just needed to clear a bit of work on my project while I'd still got it in my head and I knew exactly what I was doing. But this morning now, I have cleared my diary for another hour just to make sure I can get the other half of those done. And then I'm going to work again on my online membership project to make sure I've got all of the promotion items in place. That's going to take me a little while. I'm going to admit I'm not the best at marketing at all. But I've got some good people around me who do help me with these things and give me some guidance, some advice. Like, okay, that's good, but it's not really very impactful. So I'm taking some great advice from my peers, my companions in the industry, and I'm going to get on with all of that today. I've got to do it all before 3 o'clock because I've then got to go and pick up the little man from school once again, and then we're on to reading books and doing dinner and playing and colouring and stuff like that. So I've got a lot to do in a very short amount of time, and I'm going to get on with it because it's already Friday. The first week of school is done, and then we're on to the weekend. I've got to go to my parents' house to harvest more apples and damsons because they have just got like an absolute abundance of them this year. So I've made applesauce. I've got a bin bag full of apples right now in my house, but we've still got to pick more. And I've got like 5 jars of damson jam. I've got 3 jars of blackberry jam from around my garden and at their place as well. I've now made the plum jam, which I'm really happy about because they were starting to get to the end of their life, as in like I picked them Sunday, so they really needed to be have something done with them. So that's done now. I'm happy with those. Those can go. Those are in the jars, and those are dealt with, so I don't need to worry about them anymore. But it's going to be a full-on weekend because me and my husband are going to a house party on Saturday night as well. He's then playing. Is he playing golf? I think he's playing golf Sunday morning. So I've got the little man all day to occupy on Sunday as well. And then we're back to Monday. So time just flies by, doesn't it? But I need to get myself focused once again and get back into what I'm actually doing. It's 9:25 now, so I'm a little bit behind my usual schedule just because I'm having to make the plum jam. But here we go. Okay, day starts now. Right, just getting up my sport sheet document. Oh gosh, I forgot as well. I was booked for 3 days in Paris, right at the back end of, well, actually, I think it was the first week of October. And I got released from all of it today. It's not actually going ahead with the lead that I was working with. So I'm not actually going to Paris. I mean, I could still go. Often I go and I pick up jobs while I'm there, or I pick up jobs in the next 3 weeks before I actually get there. So that's not necessarily a worry, but my husband actually booked 5 days of golf abroad, and it was about 10 or 11 months ago he booked it for exactly the 5 days of Paris Fashion Week, which was just like, oh my gosh, did we not converge our diaries to realise this at the time? So I'm actually going to give it a miss just because of that reason. Like I say, I could just still go, but babysitting for 5 days while he's still at school. My mum lives about 45 minutes drive away, and my husband's mum, she does live down the road, but she goes on lots of trips herself, so she's very busy in in her social schedule as a pensioner. So yeah, I don't want to put it all on those nannies. I just feel like it's easier if I just take it a miss. Give it a miss for this year. So unfortunately, but just the way life goes, isn't it? I'm still going to London Fashion Week, and that, yeah, I've got a few jobs already booked in for that one, a couple more that I will probably end up getting. So it'll be a good experience. But Paris, it'll have to wait until next year. Okay, so on with the scoring. Here we are. So what am I down to? I'm down to number 15. Okay, let's have a little look at this. So I've just had a quick change. I've finished judging now. I've had a quick change and I'm all set up ready to do some filming. I need a promo video that I can pull from little short stories and things like that for social media. So I'm going to turn off the heater now because I am warm enough, thankfully. I'm a very cold person, so a heater is essential wherever I go. If you want to book me, get a heater. But I'm going to turn that off so I haven't got that humming in the background, and I'm going to get on with talking to the camera. I'm back in the house. I am just waiting for a bit of lunch that my husband has lovingly started preparing for me. So we're going to have a spot of lunch together before he's got to go back out. I have now finished the judging. I have filmed my promo, so I've got to spend then this afternoon putting it all together and editing that film for the website, for social media, and anything else that I can make use of it for. So lunch is done. I've just had another message from Alex at Now Olympia asking me to fill out a profile for the website. So I'm going to do that now just because she needs it. Like all the judges' scores are now in. So she's received my scores, so all done, and hopefully get to work with them again soon. So I'm going to do that profile first, and then I'm going to get on with editing the videos that I've just filmed. I'm just soaking up a little bit of vitamin D out here in my garden. So that is my lovely she shed, my working area. And I've got myself a nice little nook in the garden here where I just sit and I can just have a break, have some sunshine, and yeah, just ponder on things for a little while. I've been doing a lot of filming and computer work today, so my eyes are kind of like, oh, screaming at me. So yeah, just taking a little break. I have just had one of my friends from in London message me. She does fashion shows sometimes in London, but she doesn't like to do them, so it's more campaigns that she concentrates on. However, she's been asked to do a couple of shows, so she's asked me to hold for those. So far for London, I have got one holding for the Thursday, 2 on the Saturday, and 1 on the Sunday now. So yeah, diary's filling up fast. Hopefully I can get something for the Friday, just to fill that gap. Otherwise I'm almost tempted to come home for a day and then go back for a day, which makes them very long days. But we'll see. It might be that I'll just stay over and have a little day to myself in London. So yeah, I'll have a little think about that. One thing I've got to do is sort out this display before I've got a class next week. People love to see all of the backstage passes and the wristbands, and I've got some Louboutin polishes which are just to die for, that were given as a gift for me doing one of the shows. But yeah, people come in and pick up things, put them down, and it's all just looking a little bit messy, and yeah, don't ask me what's going on there. I use the autoclave, and I need to just put everything back. My kit's in the corner for my session work kit. I've got all my polishes in my bags down here. It's all just looking a little bit like you need to tidy up back. So yeah, I've got to do a little bit of that. I've got some new polishes up there, but the other one's like empty. So because I've got everything on my walls and the new 6mm polishes, I've actually put onto that little one, a little stand. Oh, it's just all looking a little bit random, so I need to sort that out very soon. I've just put my display back together, so all of my press-on designs are back where they should be. They've been in and out just recently, having done a lot of press-ons over the summer, and coming up with new designs, refreshing the Etsy pages, etc. So those are all done now, and I've still got some here that need to go into place in the set. That's a random one. I mean, it's a nice one, but I haven't done any more than just that one. So yeah, I've got to put all of these into some sort of order, and I've had to order some more white tack, to be honest, so that's why they're still in this box. I actually ran out of something to put them onto the boards, so I'll have to wait for a different day now. But yeah, got plenty to be going on with there. Oh God, those are all random ones as well. Oh, I've got so many nails everywhere. Just spotted a new sunflower that's popped up. My my little boy planted these. That one looks like it's about to bloom, but aren't they pretty? Well, that actually took a bit longer than I anticipated, doing the form for the Nail in Pure website. Yeah, it was quite detailed actually, so you should be able to find it on the website now, depending on when this goes out and when you see it. the last bit like kind of flummoxed me. He wanted 6 photos of my work, my nail work, and narrowing that down and making sure that you've got something that somebody's going to go, oh wow, oh okay, yeah, she is good. Like that imposter syndrome just took over straight away. I'm like, oh, those aren't good enough. Oh gosh, I wish I had a photo of those. Where did I put that photo? And I've ended up just scrolling through like you know, where your phone puts all your photos when you link it to your phone. I've got a Dropbox, and oh my god, there's just like millions of photos. So, and I was getting all nostalgic because I saw some photos of my little boy when he was just born, and I'm like, oh, remember when he did that. So, and I've come across a few photos as well. I will give you a quick look. So that's an example of a nail that's had the coating pulled off, forcibly pulled off. So we can always tell, and it's just another good example of something I can give to a nail technician, especially a new nail technician, when somebody comes back and says, oh, the nails all popped off, here they are, here's all 10 nails, like sort of handing you these 10 coatings in their hand. You say, oh, right, okay, so let me have a little look, have a look at your natural nails. Yes, I can see that they've been forcibly removed, because if they hadn't and they had just popped off, there wouldn't be nail plate layers on the inside of the enhancement, and you wouldn't have big gouges out of your natural nail. So it's arming people with, you have to be nice about these things. Obviously, there's a way of putting this across so you don't offend anybody, and you get to retain that client, but they know that you know that they know that you know. So yeah, I came across a few photos like that that I'd obviously taken for good reason, but then probably just forgotten about. So yeah, I've got those ready and waiting on my desktop now to use as part of this membership course, and I'll throw them out in different places as well. So so people start to get to know like the sort of education that I can give them, and the helpful hints and helpful advice, what to look out for, maybe even how to phrase it. You know, I put these things out there like, oh really, because they, you know, they wouldn't look like that otherwise. But there's a way of putting these things across to your clients, isn't there, that, you know, so you don't offend people and they do feel as though, okay, fine, you know, you've had me there. So you're not going to get a free treatment, I'm afraid, but I will put them back on for you, and I'll give you some more aftercare advice, and let's see how they do this time. What were you doing at the time? You know, have you redecorated, or, you know, something else going on? All of a sudden then they start to tell you what was going on, and maybe they lifted a couple or they did break one. So for some people, the rest of them just come off, and then they try to get away with, you know, okay, they actually only lasted me 3 days, but maybe I can get them done again for free if I say like they've all come off. So you've got to know what to look out for as a nail technician, so you don't get taken advantage of yourself. And these are the things I want to get across to people, to make sure that, you know, you are armed and ready, really, with the evidence, but with, you know, some sort of response as well. So I've got a new little folder on my desktop with some of the little images that I've now come across that I had actually forgotten about. And it's now 5 to 3, so I've got all of probably, I don't know, 17 minutes to edit the videos that I took for my intro, and I'm guessing I've got about 45 minutes worth of film. I do tend to waffle on a bit, if you've not noticed already. It's all good information, but yeah, I can talk forever on nails. So that's going to have to wait for another day now, because I have got to get myself ready to go. But yeah, quite an eventful day really, with some online judging, filming some content for my promotional videos, filling in my online form for Nailympia for the website so they can do some promotion. I got to have lunch with my husband, which is always a good bonus. It's so nice working from home. Essentially being self-employed. I do have my own company, but, you know, I work for myself, and so does my husband. So yeah, it's a nice day outside, so I'm going to go and pick up the little one and open the back doors while I put a pizza on for him and some crunchy carrots, because he just loves crunchy carrots, and have a little bit of fun with him for a couple of hours before he goes to bed. So I will sign off there and speak to you soon, but otherwise, let me know if you have got any questions or if I can help you in any way. I'd love some feedback as to what you want to know, what the burning questions that you've got as nail technicians, what would really help you in your business to make a big difference to the nails that you're doing, application wise, adhesion wise, knowledge wise, anything that you can think of. So do let me know. I've got, like I say, about 90 lessons to get ready on the website, ready for the October launch. But I'm more than happy to take some instruction from you guys. You're the ones that I'm doing this for, so let me know what you want to know. And hopefully I've already covered it, but if I haven't, fantastic, I will add it in. See you next time.
I leave the TV on, I'm done with your sad eyes. I can take another night with you on like this. So let's go, I'm sure you can take it. You've been crying over him for.
Can I have a phone?
So if you don't mind